think you want to know who on the American team is going to be the wild card. And here's a guy who I really like, Cameron Young. He grew up in upstate New York, loves Bethpage Black, long hitter, really long hitter. He's the only guy who can play with Bryson DeChambeau in alternate shot if they go out, because they use the same golf ball, this unusual golf ball that nobody else uses on anybody else on the team. And he also, he's fifth overall in putting statistically on the PGA Tour. So Cameron Young never played in the Ryder Cup, was ecstatic that he got picked, having the best year he's ever had putting, and he's an incredibly long hitter, which is going to be vital on this monstrosity of a golf course, Bethpage Black, which, by the way, will be the toughest venue in the history of the Ryder Cup. They've never played a course this difficult. Even though it's not set up like a U.S. Open, it is still going to be very, very hard to record birdies. And so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But Chelsea, the one guy to watch, Cameron Young, look after the bearded one as he's out there playing in the Ryder Cup for the first time.
Doug, you're leading right into my next question as we talk with Doug Bell, play-by-play for PGA Tour Radio, and that is the course, sort of the other star of the show that we're going to get this weekend. Bethpage Black, how do you think it's going to play? How's the course looking, and how much of a factor will it be?
Well, Michael, it's a par 70, about 7,400 yards, so it's really long. A lot of dog legs, a lot of really hard par fours, upwards of 500 yards. And you got to hit the fairway. Now, the rough is not like it is for the U.S. Open that it's been there in the past. And they normally have this fescue that's about waist high, but they've cut that back. So, it's match play, right? They want excitement. They want some birdies. And so I think we'll see a few more than we would. We don't want to see U.S. Open at the Ryder Cup, right? Yeah. But it is going to be difficult. And here's the big stat, guys. The par fours are absolutely crucial at Bethpage Black. And if you add up statistically the American team versus the Euro team, minus the live guys because they don't factor in the PGA Tour statistics, but numbers-wise, the American team, they dominate the par fours compared to the European guys. So I'm thinking, listen, I'm not a big numbers guy, but I think that is something that kind of pops out as you're trying to break down this Ryder Cup. And we've talked about emotions. We've talked about psychology, but if you look at the numbers, and obviously you have the best player in the world on Team USA, who's the best at par four scoring, but from top to bottom, the Americans are better at the par fours than the Europeans. And I just think that'll be a factor. I'm telling you, this golf course is an absolute beast. It's not U.S. Open tough, but it's going to be a challenge for these guys. And never in the history of this incredible Ryder Cup have we ever had a course quite this difficult. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
All right, so this is going to be an easy sell, but I still want you to sell me on this. Team USA is favored in this, minus 150, and you don't have to pull my leg very hard to root for Team USA. But what's the overall case for the Americans winning this?
Well, again, match play, right? So what is the key component of match play? Putting. You got to get the ball in the hole. The United States team has 5 of the top 20 putters in the world, statistically, led by Sam Burns, number 1 overall. Cameron Young, the aforementioned Cam Young, is number 5. Scotty Scheffler is 15. So you have more of the better putters on the USA team. The European team only has 2 guys in the top 20. Rory, number 7. Tommy Fleetwood, who won the big tour championship, he's number 17. We told you about par 4 scoring, dominant on the American side. So statistically, guys, and tee to green, by the way, is about a wash. All these guys are great players. But analytically, those numbers favor the Americans. And again, I just go back to this crowd, guys. We'll never see anything like this over the top like it's going to be in New York City. These golfers have never had a partisan crowd going against them like this. I've been out with Robert McIntyre, John Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton. These guys can go sideways in a hurry when things don't go their way, and the crowd starts getting on their case. Are they going to get on their case in New York City? Absolutely. So, Chelsea, I'm telling you, this is the safest bet you can possibly have. The Euros to come to Bethpage Black and win again. Now, they only need 14 points. Remember, a tie, they retain the cup. But I just think it'll be the hardest thing to do in professional golf now is to win on the road in the Ryder Cup. It's not going to happen this weekend in New York City. Impossible. Now, Paul Isinger disagrees with me, but I can't see the New York crowd turning on the Americans and rooting for the Euros. Can't see it. Won't happen. Americans will celebrate.